Are you wanting to build online courses? Or have you been building online courses and all you hear is crickets that you can't actually sell them at as well? So today I'm going to take you through the 5 steps that'll help you to look at perhaps approaching this differently than what you've done before. It's really about approaching it from the marketing aspect as well. I remember a time when I first started my business, and back in 2001 when I started my training and coaching business, I would sit in a development mode and I would develop course after course after course. But I had absolutely no skill sets around marketing. So what I would do was I would develop my course, I would send it out there to, maybe Eventbrite or send out to my list or whatever. And of course, no one bought them. There was absolutely no purchases. So what I would do is I would just go and develop more courses. And you know what? I had a whole suite of courses. It was just amazing. I had all these courses development, and they were really well presented. It took a lot of time, a lot of education. I believe that what I do with, all those years of training and coaching, that I developed my skills to a high level, but I was relying on hope marketing instead of having a strategic plan around my marketing. And the turning point for me was when I made a decision that I no longer wanted to stay on the roller coaster ride, and I no longer wanted to hear crickets and no one buying my courses, that I would do things differently. And this is what it's all about, is doing things differently. So the last 5 years, I've immersed myself completely, training with the top online entrepreneurs of how to build courses and launch them. And I'm getting so much more success now because I know the blueprints, I know the strategy. And now I spend most of my time on marketing before I even develop my courses, which is really exciting. So let me share some of the tips with you. The first tip, which is really the most essential tip, and that is know your audience, know their pain points, what is keeping them up at night. Understand your audience. Put yourself into the shoes of your audience. Know where they hang out. Know their pain points. Know their behaviours. And a way that you can find that information out is pretty easy. All you have to do is create some sort of surveys and go out there and survey them. And one of the questions you're going to ask them is, what are your challenges, or what are your sticking points in whatever product or service that you're offering? So you're asking them to give you information. Now, when they give you that information, it's gold, because once you get that information, 2 things: you know exactly their pain points are, so you know how that your course needs to solve those pain points and give a solution. And the other thing is you understand the way that they communicate, the message, their words. And when we message and do our marketing and our message, we achieve compelling messaging by using the same language as our audience. This is all about building rapport, and people automatically get the feeling that you really understand them, that you associate with them. And of course, we all want to work with people who actually understand us and want to move us forward as well. So the very, very first thing is do that audience research. Spend your time doing that. Now, the second thing that we need to look at, again, once we've done the audience research, we need then to create some sort of hype about our courses coming out. Now we're telling the customers to get ready for this course that we're releasing very soon. And often you see that a lot of times demonstrated when you see movies. If a new movie is going to be released, you'll see short trailers, you'll see some hype around there. So the idea is to create hype. So it's almost like, watch this space, and all of this sort of thing as well. So the way that you can do that is obviously in your social media. If you've got groups or you've got social media platforms, you'll be sending out teasers to say, coming soon, launching soon, do you want to find out more? So you're creating this sort of hype. So they're watching and waiting for the release of your program. So here we're creating curiosity. So we're not telling them exactly what we want, but we're getting the hype out there. So they're getting ready and keeping an eye on us to see what happens next. Not only can we do that on all our social media platforms, but we can also do that in our emailing list as well. So if you've got an emailing list and hopefully you're regularly emailing to your list and giving them updates and everything else again, that will really help you too. So that's the number 2 strategy. We also need to really understand that the market, how they respond to when we start to do the hype and how we start to do the release. We have to test the waters to see if the market is interested, if the market is really engaging with us. If the market is engaging with us, then we know we've got a warm, hot market that the possibility of them doing our programs is pretty high. So the next part is we really need to look at when we're doing the hype and we've got the survey done and we're doing the hype, what type of response are we getting? Are we getting a great response from people by, comment, by sharing, by communicating with us, giving them phone calls, talking to them or whatever? We're creating that, we're gauging what type of reaction that our audience is making as well. So obviously we're looking for more engagement and we haven't got engagement or whatever, then we have to go back and change our messaging type, our hype type, our messaging type, because the way that we communicate, the compelling headlines, as we all know, that's the same with your course as well. We also need to have a really compelling course title as well. So the same marketing formulas are also involved all the way that you actually market your course as well, such as the headline as well. So really keep that in mind. What type of headline are you going to use on your course? So it's very compelling and people are going to reach out and want to know more about it. And that's called the interrupt. We want to interrupt them, grab their attention, and then we want to engage with them with some really compelling copyright so that they will stay connected with us, stay engaged with us, and then more open then to lead them through our funnel. Now it's time now to start to create our content. Okay, so our content, we've got the engagement, we've got the outline out there. Now it's time to create our content. So when we create our content, it's just the outline. It's just the outline. It's not the whole content. So you have to just know what type of information you're going to deliver. What are the 6 modules? What are the headlines? Again, around the benefits that they're going to get by being on your program as well. Along with that, the other important aspect is remember what type of delivery style are you going to do? Are you going to do like video? Are you going to do audio? Are you going to do PowerPoint presentation? Are you going to do live sessions? Really sit down and look at what type of delivery so that when you are reaching out to everyone and talking to them about the program coming up, you have a clear message that you can communicate with them so that they see their structure around your program as well. So one of the worst things people do, and a lot of coaches I've seen in the past, and I've done this myself as well, I just find out where you are, where you want to go, and we create whatever the gap is and we take you there. That's not structure. People want to know exactly what they're going to get for the money they're purchasing. That's like any product. If we purchase, a lounge chair or a car or whatever, we want to know the technical parts of it. We want to know if the lounge suite, if it can be dry cleaned, for example. We want to know how to clean it if it's leather. We want to know all the ins and outs of it, the warranty and everything else as well. We're asking these questions. And the same with a car. We want to know the warranty and everything else as well. So they're going to ask you questions about your program. But remember, you haven't developed it yet. You've just created the outline. So that's all you need to do so you can confidently speak about those topics that you will be covering within your program. So the next part this is number 5. This is what we start looking at now, which is really quite exciting, is now we actually get paid for our program before we develop it. So we put it out there now. So we put it out there, we start to get people enrolled in it. And a way that we can do that is we can run it as a beta launch, for example. And a beta launch could be, come on board to this program. It's a foundation, it's a beta launch. It's at a discounted price, for example, in the condition that you give me testimonials, you'll be part of my case studies, and all of this sort of thing, or you charge a normal price, depending on your positioning and depending on your profile, depending on how many people are already following you. That will depend on if you need to do a discounted beta launch just to get it moving. For example, if you're a brand new business owner and you have no clients at all, I would be doing beta launches for free, because when you do it for free, firstly, you're going to attract people to you. But the other thing is you're getting it moving. You're getting it moving. But the most important thing about it is, one, you develop it with your test group. You develop with your test group, but you also get case studies and social proof. So once you've been through the program once and you develop it as you go, then you've got those proof and case studies, and now you've got more evidence that you get results from your program, and then the trust level of people coming onto your program is higher because you can demonstrate evidence that you get results as well. So what I mean by you develop it as you go, that means you just have to be one, say for example, just slightly ahead, one step ahead of your participants on your program. So that means that if I decided to do, say for example, a 6-week program and I release one module per week for my course, then I just have to make sure that I'm 1 week ahead. So my first module is done. But when I've done that module, I'm getting feedback and I'm watching and seeing the sticking points and the sort of questions and the feedback that is coming from me, from those participants doing that first module. And that gives me a clear idea that I really need to add this to my course, or I really need to take this, or maybe the course is too difficult for them to handle. Maybe we've forgotten the beginner's mindset. And when we're not talking at their level, we're talking at our level, which is the advanced person who understands the industry, understands everything. So maybe we have to, water it down a bit and make a couple of courses. One could be, basic 101 and intermediate 102 and advanced 103, for example. So we can create a series of programs as well that to actually upsell and take our audience through as well. So I hope you enjoyed all those techniques. Now get in there, really, really think about it. Now I'm actually running a course and it teaches you all the strategies. It's really in-depth course, and it's all about the ultimate blueprints that will help you to build and market your courses and launch them. So it's a whole program, online program. Love you to jump on board. Love you to understand all the strategies and everything else as well. And the link is below me, so just check it out. Go and check it out, see if it's something that you would like to jump onto, and to fast track your success and get those programs out there and selling. And remembering, my programs I have customers on board before I actually go into the development phase as well. So you don't want to hear crickets, you want to get results. Reach out to me, chat to me, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.